pleasure to welcome Mr. Kenichiro Seki, Managing Director of Mimaki India Private Limited, to please join us onto the stage. Everybody, please put your hands together. A very warm welcome, sir. I would like to highlight he is one of the world's most respected names in advanced signage and digital print technology. Under his leadership, Mimaki India has been at the forefront of bringing next generation solution to the Indian market, from indoor and outdoor signage to advertising displays, retail branding, textile and packaging applications. So everybody please put your hands together to a visionary leader driving the next wave of print innovation. A very warm welcome, sir.
Good morning, everyone. Am I audible? Yes. Good. So you ready? Okay. All right. Thank you, Mr. Naran. It was very good. Makes me relax on the stage now. Thank you very much. And good morning. My name is Ken Seki from Mimaki, India. First of all, thank you. Congratulations for the Delhi edition of the Print Indiapreneur. I'm very excited. I'm happy to be here today on this stage. Today's theme is reinventing print possibilities. But first of all, let me briefly introduce our company, Mimaki. So, who are we? So, we're Mimaki. Was founded in Japan in 1975, and we were doing electrical components at the beginning. But we started in 1980s. We developed first cutting plotters, and in 1990s we started producing and developing first inkjet printer. And since then, we started not only in the Japan market, we exported to around the world. And in 2013, we founded our establishment in India. Now today, we have an office in Gurgaon and also in Mumbai. And both places, we have demo centers. And throughout India, we have dealer networks to provide machine consumables and technical service. So what do we do? I think what we can say about the strength of Mimaki is that we have the massive product range for wide applications. Now we do signage, and we do textile, and we do industrials. Yeah, so we are active in different markets. And also, if you look at the machines, we do printers, we do cutting plotters, and we do print and cut. So if you say print and cut, it's one machine which you can do both printing and cutting. And we have roll-to-roll printers, and the size comes in 5 feet, and also we have 10 feet machines. And we also do flatbed printers for the small size A3, A2, and we have big size 4x4 and 4x8. And if you look at the inks, we do Eco-Solvent and UV for signage. And if you look at textile, it's sublimation, and we do also pigment. But today, I'd like to really focus on signage applications. Yeah, sign and graphics, we do Eco-Solvent and UV. And in terms of the innovative printing, UV has much more applications. Yes, but let me start a little bit about Eco-Solvent. Right. The latest models that we have for Eco-Solvent is JV200 and CJV200. Those two are the entry-level single head 5 feet machines. And JV and CJV, right? CJV has a cutting function as well, so it's a print and cut machine. Right, and the ink that we use on those Eco-Solvent printers is called BS4. Yeah, BS4 is a very high quality, and our customers are very happy about the ink, especially for the quality and its color and outdoor durability. But I really have to be honest, but our ink is not cheap. Yeah, so our customers are using our machine and inks for premium applications or customers who require higher quality. But what we offer, if the customer is not very happy about the ink price, we offer this Mimaki's unique ink saving function or ink saving system. So how does it work? So especially for the dark colors, we usually print not with just black ink, but we use CMY as well. But how can we save ink from this? What we do is cut a little bit of CMY ink and put a little bit more onto black ink. So this will save a little bit of the inks that the total amount of ink will be reduced. And how we do this, you don't really have to do any complex calculations. If you use our RIP software, it's a simple two-step operation. You select ink saving, you put a check mark on ink saving, and you select the level, ink saving level from level 1 to level 5. And how much ink you can save, suppose the left-hand side is original. And level 3 ink saving will save you about 29% of the ink. And the level 5 will save you 43% of the ink. Of course, this depends on the image file or the actual color that you require, but this is roughly an idea about how much ink you will be able to save. And I don't want to say that this works on any type of image files, because saving ink means sacrificing a little bit of color. So depending on the image file or depending on the job, you can apply this function. Right, these are the range of our Eco-Solvent printers. On the left-hand side is our latest entry-level machines, 200 series. And on the one on the top is just a printer, and the one on the bottom is a print and cut machine. And in the middle one is a JB330, which is our mid-range. And as you can see, this machine and the ink BS4 has been approved by 3M for their MCS warranty. So this is also one of the ways that our printer can be used for example, longer durability of the signage. And the one on the right is SWJ. This is a 10-feet machine, Eco-Solvent. So basically, those are our little bit of Eco-Solvent printer introduction. Now let me go down to UV printing, which is a lot more interesting. Right, so what's good about UV printing? So one of the biggest differences between UV and Eco-Solvent is that one of the thing is the media versatility. Right, so basically if you want to use Eco-Solvent, then the media has to have the ink receiving layer, which means the ink goes inside the media surface. But UV ink, it stays on top of the media surface, which means you don't have to select the media with ink receiving layer. And also, you can say you can do a lot more with the UV ink. For example, you can print layers if you use UV ink. So that's where the UV ink is becomes more interesting. Yeah, so with our printing system, you can go from 1 layers up to 5 layers. Okay, each layer, just a brief introduction. So if you go with 1 layer, that is usually printing on one color or one white layer or one varnish on the surface. So because you don't have to have the ink receiving layer, you can print on uncoated paper, for example. And if you want to print on transparent material, then it's also good to print white layer on top of the transparent material. And transparent material is good for glass decoration. That's a very good application. And if you look at two layers, it's basically color plus white, or white plus color, or color plus varnish. With these two layers, you can print on colored material, colored paper. And when you do that, you basically use white layer first, and then print color layer on top of it. And again, if you want to use the transparent material, I mean, it's the same story. You print white layer first and color layer on top of it. Or depending on the application, you can print color layer first and white layer on top of it. That's also a good application for glass decoration. Right. When it's 3 layers, and this works especially for backlit. When we say 3 layers, it's usually color, white, and color. Why this is good for backlit? And this, I'm showing the samples of 1 layer and 2 layers. And 1 layer, if the light is off, then it looks okay. But if you turn on the light, then the color just fades because of the light. And if it's 2 layers, when the light is on, it looks okay. But if you turn off the light, the image will it will look too dark. So what happens with 3 layers, because there is a white layer between the color layers, even if you turn off the light, you can see the good color because the white layer blocks the second layer. And if you turn on the light goes through the white layer, so you can get the desired image, color density. So if you use 3 layers, it's good even with light and without light. So this is about 3 layers. And 4 layers, this is getting a little bit more interesting because 4 layers, this is color, white, gray, and color. So this gray is the key in this application. Look at this one. When you turn off the light, the dress is white. When you turn on the light, the dress becomes red. How this works is like this. So again, there are 4 layers. So color 1, white, gray, and color 2. Yeah, again, this gray layer is the key in this application. So let's say we turn off the light. Okay? If you turn off the light, because of this gray layer, the color in the color 2 layer is blocked. So you don't see the color in the color 2, the bottom layer. Okay? When you turn on the light, the gray layer is not dark enough to block completely the colors of the color 2. So the light goes through color 2 and through the gray layer, and you can see color 2 through color number 1. Once again, when the light is off, the gray layer blocks the color 2, so you don't see the color 2. Yeah? When the light is on, you see the color 2 through color 1. So this is an example, an architecture of day and night. So on the left one is light off, on the right one is light it on. So by using this technique, I think the brand owners can offer something, not just a print, but something different from the, for example, digital signage, right? So we might be able to call it a kind of a interactive signage. So we let the user, we let the customer interact with the signage. They can turn off the light, turn on the light, and see the differences between these two, for example. And this, another sample is the car. So when the light is off, you just see the color. When you turn on the light, you see the components of the color. So this is another example. And using the similar technique, this type of effect is also possible. When you turn on the light, you see different, hidden image. And we call this technique, it's a watermark print. Yeah? Right, okay, so in the same context, making it possible to touch the surface of the print, it might be one of the ways to improve the customer experience. So we call it 2.5D printing. It's not really a 3D printing, it's 2.5D. So basically you create a texture on the printed surface. So on our software, we have 2.5D texture maker to print a texture on a roll-to-roll printing system. So experiencing the signage physically it might give the more engagement to the brand. Right, so let me go back to the layer discussion. So we came to 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is 5-layer printing. And this is good for glass application or transparent material. So we call it front and back. Basically, you can print different image on the front side and the back side. Okay, and this works with a color white, black, white and color like this. So again, this black layer is the key because black layer completely blocks the colors of the color 1 and the color 2. That's why you can print totally different images for color 1 and color 2. And it works like this. On the one on the left is the view from inside a cafe. You can see like a Wi-Fi password, for example. And if you go out, from the outside, it's a completely different image. And you can see the coffee and some fruits advertisement. So you don't have to print two different sign and put them together. You can print on a single file. Right, so these are our range of 5 feet UV printers. And one on the left is entry level UJB 100, and one in the middle and right. Those are UCJB 300 and 330 series. Those two, they are print and cut. So there are additional features to those machines. As you can see, UJB 100 on the left, it has only up to 3 layers. Okay, and UCJB 300, you can do up to 5 layers. And if you go to UCJB 330, on top of that, you can do 2.5D printing. So UCJB 330 is our flagship printer for 5 feet UV printing system. Okay, so that was basically the roll-to-roll printer, but we also do flatbed printers. So let me briefly discuss what we can do on the flatbed printers on top of what I have already explained. Right, so because it's a flatbed, the substrate stays on top of the table, so we have more freedom to, for example, make more layers. So with the flatbed printers, additional applications are available, and they are, I mean, this is again 2.5D printing. As you can see, with our latest model, you can go up to about 5 mm thickness. This is on the image on the left, and on the right is the making a replica of oil painting. That's also one of the good applications that now it's going out. And of course, we can do braille and using the similar technique, but we have special profiles to make brailles. And this year, we have sold some machines only for this braille applications. And these are our range of UV printers, and they are small size, from A3 and A2 and a 28 by 20 inch. And these are the larger models, JFX series, JFX 200 series. One is 4x4 and the other is 4x8. And our flagship machine is called JFX 600, and that comes 4x8, and this is more for a production machine. Yeah, and most of those machines that I explained in today's session, they are available in our demo centers in Gurgaon or Mumbai. So you are very much welcome to come to our demo center and see the machine actually with your own eyes. And of course, the samples today, I explained the samples, the functions, and they are available outside this room with the actual printed samples, so you are very much welcome to see those. And thank you very much. And if you are interested in, our machines, if you scan this QR code, it directly invites you to the Q&A session page of the website. Right, thank you very much for your time. And if you have any questions, I'm